Okay, everybody go around the room and tell your New Year's resolution. Managers, please don't do that. If you're thinking, why not? In this video, I'll tell you why not and what you can say instead. When it comes to personal topics, like New Year's resolutions, or at Thanksgiving, telling what you're thankful for, or in icebreakers, asking about someone's most embarrassing moment, your comfort level may vary widely from the rest of your team. So you may be comfortable sharing things that you may think are funny from an embarrassing moment, to motivational from a resolution, to talk about what you're working on a personal or professional level. But your team may not be comfortable sharing those things. And so as a manager, it's important to think about their comfort level, and that what you do and the tone that you set can have an impact on how people work and how they get their work done, by how comfortable they feel. Because topics like a New Year's resolution, if someone's goal, for example, is weight loss, they may not feel comfortable talking about that in front of the rest of their group. And so when you're asking them, they may be thinking about something. So they may not tell you what their actual resolution is. They just may feel flat out uncomfortable. And so thinking about that as a manager and taking that holistic view. Because if your goal is to create that collaboration and team atmosphere, then you may have people at work that you know based on your friendship, then you can share those things and you talk about those on a level. But when you make it obligatory as part of a team, it can take away from the natural or comfort level and make it feel like a forced activity. And again, for a lot of team members, it makes them incredibly uncomfortable. So focusing on that professional, and if team members want to talk, especially in one-on-ones about those, about what their goals are and allowing them to bring it up, then that's something that you can talk about, but not putting people in a spotlight or a pedestal to talk about what they're working on based on their comfort level. So the question is, well, what can you ask then? Because it's the year end. Can you not ask anything anymore? Well, a flip to that is to, as a team, get together. Because I do think it's very important. You can see videos I've done about easing back in, especially if employees have had time off around the holidays. But to gather as a team, and rather than talking about people's individual, often personal goals, is to talk about the team. And to say to the team is, what are we working on from a team goal this year? What are things that you'd like to see us achieve as a team, or things that we could do better? And if you frame that, again, it focuses on the professional level. So it takes it away from that personal, where people feel like they have to talk about aspects of their life or personality that they may not want to talk about. And it keeps that focus on building that team, which is likely your goal for wanting to have these conversations. And an even better step can be before the meeting to say, welcome back. In our meeting, we're going to talk about team goals and any ideas you have about things that we can work on as a team, or things you'd like to see our team do. And so keeping that focus and giving employees that heads up that you're going to ask them. When it comes to team meetings, one of the top tools that Harvard Business Review and other research shows is that giving employees a heads up before or after a meeting can help to generate better ideas. And so instead of that session and starting it off saying, tell me those New Year's resolutions, giving employees the heads up that you're going to talk about team goals and things that you'd like to see. In that message, also reiterating that easing in, saying, as we ease back in. In the comments, I'll actually put an example of template language you can use, because sometimes I think it can be helpful to get ideas about what to say. So feel free to use anything that's helpful for you as a manager. But just thinking about that moving from being an individual, this is what I'm comfortable with, to that leadership mindset of thinking about your team and the different aspects that they may bring, and recognizing that not everybody is as comfortable as the next person talking about personal topics. So you as a manager creating that culture, or focusing on the team goals, creating environments where people have friendships, things like that. They want to talk about those resolutions. You may have a team where everyone feels comfortable doing so, but not assuming that or forcing that as a leader. So that's a tip that you can do. So stay tuned as we talk in the next few weeks about different things that you can do to start 2024 off in the right way for your leadership.